this is Sandra from Great, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can use our form generator Great Forms to create interactive form elements like quizzes, surveys, polls and the like. Let's start with a quiz. To create a quiz you will need our multi-step container. There is a general tutorial video on multi-step forms in our help center. What you need to know here is that here on the right you can change the multi-step mode to quiz, and then you can create your steps and can place your questions in these steps. What you need to know is that you only can have one question per step, and you can work with radio buttons or input fields for your questions. So let's start, for example, with radio buttons. Works exactly the same as regular radio buttons, so we can say which answer is correct, for example, and then we can place the options. And the only additional thing that you have to do is you have to tell the system which answer is correct, and you do that by clicking in the respective option and say, okay, this one is the correct answer. Same for input fields. Oops, sorry. So I can say, what's my name as a question, and here I place the correct answer here on the right, say my name is Sandra. And now as soon as the user clicks through the form, I've prepared one here in the front end, he or she will be informed whether the answer was correct or not after clicking. So for example, which was the first WordCamp that Great attended was WordCamp Vienna. And if we move forward, we see, okay, this one was the correct answer. And in case I give a wrong answer, for example here, I will also get the information and will also see what would have been the correct answer. What you can also do is you can have a hidden field that counts the number of correct answers in your form. So for that, you place a hidden field and select dynamic value and quiz. And this field will now count the number of correct answers, which, for example, if you have a form that's submittable, which will then also be submitted to your backend and can be transferred to your CRM, for example. Or what you can also do is you can say, you can place a text, you have correct answers, and display that information in the front end by using a dynamic field value. Just click here, and this was the name of my field. Don't need that anymore. And this is how it looks like in the back end, and in the form that I've already prepared, I've also done exactly the same. And if I now go to the next step, the system will tell me, okay, I have 1 out of 2 correct answers. So much on quizzes. Another very nice interactive form element are the live surveys. So for example, I could ask on my website, what's your favorite Great Suite feature? And could say, okay, global content. And in the moment that I give the answer here, I will be shown the exact current state of the poll. To do that, we have a block that's called live survey, which is more or less the same as a radio button. It's actually a variation of the radio button. So again, it works exactly the same. The only thing that that's different is you can have a survey title here, for example, featured survey. And you have this little progress bar that indicates the current status of the poll that you can design here. You can have it below or next to the option, centered, top or bottom. You have the alignment, you can have the distance to the text, for example, colors, sizes, etc., etc. And what also comes additionally is in your forms backend, you will now have an additional point here that says surveys. And here you can select the surveys that you have in your forms and see the results. So at the moment, this is what it looked like in the front end. We had like 50-50, and in the back end, we can also see, okay, 4 people have participated in the survey until now, and they have chosen 50% global content and 50% Great Forms. For more videos and information, please visit our Help Center.